Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving into something that probably sounds completely mundane, right up until the exact second you're stranded on the side of the road in the freezing cold. We are talking about tire inflators. We've put together the ultimate countdown of this year's top 5 tire inflators for 2026. But look, we're not just throwing a list at you. I'm actually going to reveal the 3 crucial numbers that absolutely dictate a smart purchase. That way, you're never wasting your hard-earned cash on the wrong tool again. Let's jump right in. Okay, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the low tire pressure epidemic. Then, budget and beginner inflators. After that, heavy-duty ecosystem upgrades. Fourth, our pick for the best overall inflator. And finally, we'll cover common tire inflation mistakes. Section 1. The low tire pressure epidemic, the invisible cost. So get a load of this staggering number, 27%. According to NHTSA data, 27% of passenger cars, and actually 32% of light trucks, are out on the road right now with at least one tire that's a full 8 pounds or more under the recommended pressure. I mean, just think about that for a second. If you've got a standard tire that needs 32 psi, being 8 pounds low means a quarter of your air is just gone. And well, missing air usually leads to one thing: the incredibly frustrating reality of broken, freezing gas station air pumps. Just picture it. It's 6 a.m. in the middle of February, your low tire light's been glaring at you since Tuesday, and you're feeding $2 into a machine for maybe 90 seconds of air. The hose is leaking so badly you literally have to hold it onto the valve with freezing hands while your ice scraper just sits there in the snow. It is miserable. And honestly, beyond just the sheer misery of it, driving even 2 psi low costs you about 1% in fuel economy. So if you're paying for gas station air 3 times a winter, you've essentially already paid for a decent portable inflator. All right, Section 2. Budget and beginner inflators, stopping the gas station tax. Kicking off our countdown at number 5, we have the EPAuto 12-volt portable inflator. Coming in at around $35, this is basically the definition of corded reliability. You just plug it right into your car's 12-volt outlet. It's got a digital gauge with an auto shutoff once it hits your target pressure, and it's rated up to 70 psi. Now, I'll be honest, at 92 decibels, it's pretty loud and it'll take a couple of minutes to fill a tire. But man, it is an absolute workhorse. If you've never owned an inflator before, this is the unit that just lives quietly in your trunk and teaches you great maintenance habits for less than the cost of a tank of gas. Moving right along, at number 4, we have the AstroAI L7. This little guy runs about $40 and brings some serious cordless convenience to the mix. It packs a 4,000 mAh internal battery, but it is incredibly lightweight. We're talking about a pound. It is so compact it literally fits right in your door pocket. Now sure, you aren't going to be recovering a massive fully flat truck tire with this, but it is the absolute perfect tool for quick top-offs. Oh, and it charges via USB-C and even doubles as a flashlight in a pinch, which is super handy. So really, the big takeaway here for beginners is choosing between these 2 different philosophies. On one hand, you've got corded reliability, like the EPAuto, which gives you completely unlimited runtime, but you're physically tethered to your car's power outlet. On the other hand, you have cordless convenience, like the AstroAI, giving you total portability, but you're working with a limited battery life, usually giving you roughly 8 top-offs per charge. You really just have to match the form factor to whatever fits your day-to-day life the best. Section 3. Heavy-duty ecosystem upgrades, the battery math. Now we're stepping into the big leagues with our number 3 and number 2 picks, the DEWALT 20V Max and the Milwaukee M18. Both of these are fantastic, totally rugged tools that push high PSI and move some serious air. But here's the catch: they are often sold as bare tools. That means for anywhere from $130 to $200, you're getting the inflator itself, but absolutely no battery and no charger. And that introduces what we like to call the ecosystem tax. Which brings us to a super vital concept: battery math. So what is battery math? It's basically when you invest in a tool ecosystem where the interchangeable batteries actually outlive the disposable internal batteries you'd find in cheaper all-in-one units. Think about it. When an all-in-one cordless unit dies, the whole thing is basically trash. But if you spend, say, $320 on a tool and battery combo that shares power with your drill, your saw, or your leaf blower, you are making a lifetime investment. When that battery eventually dies years down the road, you just snap in a fresh one and keep right on going. Let's zero in on that number 2 pick, the Milwaukee M18, because it honestly easily justifies that premium price tag. This beast pushes 150 psi and uses TrueFill technology, meaning it automatically checks the pressure, stabilizes it, and fills it accurately. Plus, it has a 33% duty cycle for heavy use, so it's not going to overheat after filling just one tire. Add in a massive 36-inch all-brass chuck hose, the ability to top off a large truck tire in under a minute, and a solid 5-year warranty. Yeah, it's pretty much the ultimate heavy-duty daily driver.
Section 4. The best overall inflator. The surprise winner.
All right, here we go. Meet the #1 overall tire inflator of 2026, the Fanttik X8 Apex. Coming in at just $70, it is hands down the ultimate all-around performer. This thing is packing a massive 7,800 mAh internal battery, giving you around 40 minutes of continuous runtime. It features dual LCD screens, so you can see your target pressure and your live pressure at the exact same time. It even acts as a power bank. And the cordless speeds are blazing fast. It can take a mid-sized car tire from 28 to 33 psi in under a minute.
But you know what makes this even better? The screw-on chuck design. This is a massive sleeper feature compared to those traditional clamp chucks. See, clamp chucks will bleed a little burst of air every single time you yank them off the valve, which means your perfectly inflated tire, it's suddenly slightly underinflated again. The screw-on design prevents that annoying air bleed completely. And for $70, there's no battery tax, everything is right there in the box, and it just sits neatly in your trunk, always ready to save the day.
Section 5. Common tire inflation mistakes. The 3 numbers.
Okay, let's talk about target pressure first. The absolute biggest mistake people make here is just looking in the wrong place. People see the maximum pressure listed right there on the tire's sidewall, which is often 44 or 51 psi, and they aim for that. Never use that number to set your target. That is literally just the absolute maximum pressure the tire can handle before bursting. Instead, you need to check the sticker located inside your driver's side door jamb. That sticker tells you exactly what pressure your specific car actually needs to run safely and efficiently, which is usually right around 32 to 38 psi.
Next up, we have to talk about the infamous TPMS, or Tire Pressure Monitoring System Dashboard Warning Light. Here is the crucial thing to understand. This light is an emergency warning. It is not an everyday tire gauge. Most of these automated systems won't actually trigger until you are already a dangerously low 20% down on air. On a standard 32 psi tire, that means you've likely been dragging around 6 to 8 pounds low for weeks before that light ever even pops up to warn you. Now here's a mistake that will literally destroy your new gear in a single winter. If you buy a cordless inflator, you have to remember this. Leaving lithium batteries out in the freezing cold is a guaranteed killer. If you leave a cheaper lithium-powered inflator in your trunk overnight when it's 15 degrees out, that battery is going to give up on you mid-tire the very next morning, usually at the worst possible moment. Make sure you keep these models inside your warm cabin during the winter, and definitely remember to top off their charge every couple of months.
And that brings us to our final crucial number, airflow. When people are shopping for these things, they constantly obsess over max PSI. But max PSI is just the ceiling. It literally only tells you the maximum pressure the unit can safely handle. What you actually need to be looking at is the airflow, which is typically measured in CFM, or cubic feet per minute. Airflow is the speed. It's the actual metric that dictates how incredibly fast the pump moves air into your tire. The whole reason our $70 Fanttik winner outpaces inflators that cost twice as much on a standard car tire, it's all because of its superior airflow, not some massive maximum PSI rating.
So what's the core philosophy of this whole explainer? Basically, it's this. Match the tool to your life. Whether you need a $35 corded backup that just lives quietly in your trunk, a $40 glove box tool for those super quick top-offs, or a $200 heavy-duty powerhouse that shares batteries with your garage tools, just buy the tool that actually fits your reality and your daily needs. Which leaves me with one final provocative question for you to think about. Does your current trunk setup actually have what it takes to save you on a freezing 15-degree morning? I challenge you to go check your cold tire pressures today and honestly evaluate your own roadside readiness. Just 30 seconds of preparation could save your tires, your fuel economy, and honestly, your entire morning commute. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and hey, stay safe out there.